Mississippi FFA, it's tunnel time! Mississippi FFA, get on your feet for your 2023-2024 State Officer Team. Your Sentinel from Clarkdale FFA Chapter, Connor Todd. Your reporter from the Newton County FFA Chapter, Drew Stevens. Your treasurer from the Neshoba Central FFA Chapter, Brody Sanderson. Your secretary from the Potomac Ridge Central CTC, Shannon Wilson. Your vice president from the Newton County FFA Chapter, Josie Johnson. And your president from the Neshoba Central FFA Chapter, Ashton Luke.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the second general session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. This sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
the treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington,
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
This secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn,
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here, by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripen with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soul. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
I am pleased to announce that at this, the second general session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention, that there are 392 registered members and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this, the second general session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Communication. Today we want to remind you all of how important it is to communicate, starting here. Communication is expressing an idea with what we say, how we say it, and how we use our bodies while we speak. It's important to have active listening, clear speaking, and intelligent responses. As an organization, we want to inspire you all to be great communicators. Being an FFA member means we are able to communicate about agriculture, our chapter, and FFA as a whole. None of this would be possible without communication. We want to challenge you all to find one area discussed here today and spark your communication.
I can't believe that Connor forgot the lighter. And now they left us here all alone to pick up all these sticks.
That's okay, though. We can just do it really, really quick, and then we can go do something else.
Shannon, we couldn't start a fire with a can of gasoline and a lighter. And you expect this to work.
Of course I expect it to work, and it will work, Brody. Anytime we talk through things, it works. Let's start right here. This is a great place to start.
Shannon, use your head.
Can we put it on the fire? I think it's going to work.
Okay, fine. Got a vine.
In this session, we're going to recognize our expo vendors, hear remarks from Mississippi FFA alumni, as well as a special guest, and hear some words from our national officer. These people have all worked really hard to communicate and express their ideas clearly. So in this session, we want to challenge you to listen to that. We're also going to hear some results from some of our state contests.
We will also hear the creed from our state creed speaking winner. And finally, we will hear the retiring address of our state reporter, Drew Stevens. Mississippi FFA, are you ready to spark your communication?
You're first, right? Our FFA Expo wouldn't be the same without vendor and sponsor support. Today, I am pleased to welcome our convention vendors to the stage to tell you a little about their booths, which you all should definitely take the time to see up around the concourse.
He's going to go right back around down there.
I'm Lonnie Johnson, and I'm here representing ICEV out of Lubbock, Texas. The company that provides agriculture curriculum in an online format. I appreciate you supporting us. We've been doing it for several years, and I'm honored to be here today. Thank y'all.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be here again this year. It's great to see some familiar faces, meet some new people. My name is Larry Pluchak. I'm with Universal Technical Institute. And I know now I have a lot of time, so I'll speak really fast. I'm really excited to be here. I grew up in Los Angeles. I had none of this kind of opportunity in my high school. So y'all really need to take advantage of this because it's such an amazing journey with what you could do with this and the friends and family you can make. Now, with my college, we can help you in the sense that, well, agriculture always needs diesel technicians, welders, things of that nature. So if you have that as an interest for a career path, some of you came and seen me before, but if you haven't, feel free to come and check me out, and I'll be happy to share what we can do for you. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Faith Galloway. I represent Farm Bureau Federation, Mississippi. So we're out of the Jackson office. We have lots of scholarship opportunities. You can come check us out. We're up there. Come say hey.
Hello, everybody. My name is Emily Anthony, and I represent Mississippi State University's College of Agriculture and Life Sciences as the admissions coordinator. So just a little bit about the College of Ag and Life. We have 17 majors and 45 concentrations for undergraduate students within our 9 different departments. So any part of agriculture that touches a person's life, we can find a place for you in one of our different programs. And we have some representatives from our different departments here today as well. So feel free to come stop by and ask us any questions about admissions, our programs. We would love to help y'all figure out what to do within your future career path. So thanks, and I can't wait to meet all of you.
Congratulations on taking a step and investing in your future. I'm a little bit jealous. I was never in FFA, so I didn't get to participate in such an outstanding event. But I am Christy Bratcher. I am the department head for Animal and Dairy Sciences. Our booth is right out here at the corridor. And we are home to a little over 500 students who are pursuing an undergraduate degree in Animal and Dairy Sciences. And while we love to help all of you who have a desire to go to vet school, make your dreams come true and get to vet school, we have so many other opportunities for students who are interested in a career in animal and dairy sciences. If you'll come visit the booth, we've got a whole list of hundreds of different career options that you can have. And I always encourage our students to not let class get in the way of your education. And so we have a whole lot of club activities and student-run events that are happening outside of your normal day-to-day classes that help you get involved in agriculture and within animal and dairy sciences and other areas across the college. So please come see us and find out what we have to offer.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bailey Poindexter. I'm the Student Services Coordinator for the School of Human Sciences here at Mississippi State. The School of Human Sciences is the home to 3 undergraduate majors in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences here at MSU. We have Human Development and Family Science. We have Agricultural Education, Leadership and Communication, and Fashion Design and Merchandising. We also are the home of 4 master's programs and 2 doctoral programs, as well as a minor in CAST, which is Child Advocacy in the Science of Trauma. So if you're interested in working with children and families or pursuing an educational license in family and consumer sciences or agricultural education, as well as pre-K or kindergarten education, please feel free to swing by our booth. I would love to talk to you about the School of Human Sciences.
Hey y'all, I'm Billy Patterson and I'm a senior agricultural education major, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about Ag Ed. So in that you get to become a licensed agricultural educator, and along with that we have tons of good experiences and leadership opportunities like collegiate FFA to continue your experience into college. We get to travel to National FFA Convention and attend ATA Conclave. And along with that, we get to help with Mississippi FFA, work with contests and other things, and it's a great experience. So we have a booth upstairs for Ag Ed, so please come by and see us and see how you can become an agricultural education major. And then we also have a concession stand because the senior agricultural education students will be traveling to the NAAE FAST conference in December, and that will help us make it there and further our professional development and be better in the classroom. Thank y'all.
Man, it's dark out there. Hi, I'm Wes Schilling. I'm a professor of food science. I'm here representing the Department of Biochemistry as well as food science and nutrition and health promotion. I just wanted to tell you guys are awesome. You are our future. You are doing such great things being involved in ag at the age that you're at. In our major, we don't actually do ag on the farm, but we take the food that is goes from the farmer's gate, and we take it to use science to take it to get the grocery store and to the actual restaurant. And we also have pre-vet, pre-med, all of that. We've got a booth upstairs, and I'd love to talk to you. And I also want to give a shout out to the coolest person in the audience, which is Carl Taylor.
Hey there, everybody. My name's Eddie Tenori. I'm with Southern Heritage. We're a fundraising company. We've been helping chapters here, FFA in the state of Mississippi, raise money for over 40 years now. We've been at almost half of the 91 conventions that you guys have held. So we've got 3 different programs to help y'all raise money for projects or whatever else you need. Come by and see us.
Hey guys, I'm Ethan Hodges. I'm the plant manager at Cutting Edge Meat Company. We're located in Greene County. We are a USDA inspected and custom processing plant. We do beef, pork, goat, and lamb. So if you're needing some animals processed, you bring them to us. We'll cut them up however you want them and packaged. So got a booth upstairs there. Come by and see me if you have any questions. Thank y'all, and Hail State.
I'm Blaine. I'm here on behalf of Superior Trophies and the Hat Store. We're out of Houston, Texas. The Hat Store, we do custom shaping on straw hats and felt hats. Superior, we do all the trophies, buckles, banners, and awards for FFA shows as well as rodeos. We have a booth set up, so if y'all have any questions, just come by and see us. Thank you.
My name is Shelby Sledge. I'm here on behalf of Mississippi Cattlemen's Association as well as Mississippi Beef Council. Both are nonprofit organizations. The Cattlemen's Association is a strictly member-based organization for cattle producers in the state, and Mississippi Beef Council uses checkoff dollars from cattle bought and sold in the state to promote beef through various activities and events throughout the year. So y'all make sure to stop by and see us. Thank you.
My name is Ken Rust. I'm with Enterprise Aquatics out of Louisiana, and we do aquaponics, where we're combining aquaculture and a recirculating aquaculture system along with hydroponics to grow vegetables. It's a very productive system. We work well with our agri-science and FFA groups in Louisiana. We'd love to put some in Mississippi, and if you'd like to know more, please come by the booth. Thank you very much.
I'm Jody Buchanan, instructor with industrial technology here at Mississippi State. I spent a number of years as a high school ag teacher, and I will say that those of you pursuing that as a career path, even if you get off of that track, this group of ag teachers has a lot of similarities between a street gang or the mafia. You know, you may distance yourself, but you don't ever get out of that family. And I will say it's good to be back amongst family here. I feel like I'm where I belong. I'm teaching now in an industrial tech program, and a lot of careers now that focus on shoulders up or shoulders down. You know, they want you just use your head or just use your hands. And our guys, when they come out and go to work, we use our heads, but we still get a little grease on our fingernails every now and then. And real rewarding career paths. I'd love to sit down and talk to some of you guys one-on-one about what some of our options are and the ag career pathways that our students choose. I'd make an offer to any of you ag teachers. I know I've worked with a number of you. personally on some stuff, but anytime you need a guest lecturer for any YAG mechanics topics, we can pretty much cover it. So if I can't get there and cover it, I've got some colleagues that will. And any assistance we can offer you, whether it's judging contests, picking contest teams, or just screening officers for you. I've got a card on the table. If you don't know how to get a hold of me, we'll be glad to help you do anything we can to build that bridge there. Thank you.
How's everybody from Mississippi? Woo! Guys, I'm Mike Weaver. I'm with Fellowship of Christian Farmers. We do a lot of disaster relief work, and we invite you guys to come out and help your neighbors. We want to partner with you after storms, from building fence and cleanup and things like that. My role is area leader and disaster relief coordinator, so we want to get you guys out in the field as soon as possible. I love my role and my job. I get to exalt my King Jesus, and that's what I'm going to do here. I encourage you guys to know him in these three things. Know God through his son Jesus. Number two, make him known to the rest of the world, your friends, your neighbors, your family around you, and don't be afraid to do amazing things in Jesus' name. He's right there with you always. Thank you, guys.
Hey, my name is Gregory. This is Karen and Vanessa, and we're here with Amick Farms as one of the country's top poultry processors. We help feed families. And so we are here just to support y'all. Also let you know that we do have a rather large internship program. We have 27 interns in 3 different locations, including 8 right here in Laurel, Mississippi. So if you're interested or if you want to know more, come see us at the table, okay? Thank y'all.
Hi everyone, my name is Peyton Pierce and I work for Mississippi Department of Ag and Commerce Wild Hog Control Program Youth Trapping Corps. So if you're not already a part of the Youth Trapping Corps, the way our program works, each selected school is given $25,000 to implement their own wild hog control program. So that $25,000 can go towards buying your own new wild hog trap or to go towards supplies to build your own. Whatever you can think of to run your Youth Trapping Corps program, it's eligible. So if you are interested, students, advisors, come see us so we can get you signed up for an application. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Specialist Cornett, and I'm a recruiter for the Mississippi Army National Guard. And it's, of course, always a pleasure to talk to you guys. It's always a pleasure to talk to the next generation of leaders. The Mississippi Army National Guard is a unique branch of the military. This provides people an opportunity to serve their state and their country. Unlike active duty service, members of the National Guard typically serve part-time, which means they can continue their civilian careers and education while still maintaining their full military duties. Our primary role is to support and defend the state of Mississippi and the United States. This includes responding to emergencies, such as natural disasters, and providing assistance during times of crisis, and supporting overseas missions when needed. Our members are trained to handle a variety of situations, from combat operations to humanitarian assistance. As I said, I'm extremely blessed to be here around such a fine group of young men and women. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Hello, I'm Monty Ladner, Mississippi FFA Alumni Association. Again, please come by and visit with us at our booth. Come by for the silent auction, and then tonight at 6:30 for the live auction. We also invite you to come by. If those of you that ordered FFA knives, you need to get them to this afternoon or tomorrow. Thank you for all you're doing. The FFA alumni is there to support you. If you want to learn more about the FFA alumni can do at your local chapter, come by and visit with us. Thank you.
I'm Lee James, currently serving as the State FFA Alumni President.
When I hear the words, I believe in the future of agriculture with a faith born not of words but of deeds, I think of this gentleman right here. Mr. Monty Ladner took over as Alumni Association coordinator in 1991, and over 34 years he has dedicated his time and effort to promoting not only the FFA alumni, but the FFA chapters, the ag teachers, and all aspects of agricultural education in FFA. We cannot come close to thanking him for the many tireless hours he has served as alumni coordinator. But Monty, on behalf of the Alumni Association and several ag teachers, we would like to present you with a gift that's not here, but it is a Golden Boy 22 lever action rifle with an octagon barrel at my house because we didn't want to bring it on campus. And I'll be getting that to you. And a thorough thank you for your service to the FFA Alumni Association and ag in general. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Try to say something now. Thank you, Lee. Thank you those who were part of that. We appreciate it. It's been a privilege. All volunteer time and service and at no charge, because we see what a difference it makes for you young people in those blue jackets. That's our reward, and we want to continue to see you grow. Thank you for working with me and cooperating with me, and we wish you the best.
Let's give all of our vendors one more big round of applause, guys.
SAEs are supervised agricultural experiences, which is one part of our three-circle model. The three-circle model consists of the classroom, FFA organization, and our SAEs.
There are so many choices when it comes to these experiences. You probably already have one and don't even realize it. Your experience can be leadership or workforce-based. It can be anything from owning livestock to working at a vet clinic or grocery store. Your experience is unique to you. Here are some of our own experiences.
My SAE in the area of beef production. For my SAE, I care for, help vaccinate, and create a nutritional plan for mine and my family's cattle. I help raise commercial beef cattle for our cow-calf operation, as well as steers for processing. Whether it's trips to the stockyard or receiving calls saying that cows are out and the fences are down, my SAE has taught me to stick with what you love through hardships and overcome adversity. My SAE has given me the opportunity to dive deeper into the educational side of farming and has developed a work ethic in me that I will never lose.
Please help me in welcoming a very special guest to the stage. Mr. Nick Hall serves as the Deputy Director of Government Affairs to the Commissioner Andy Gibson and the Mississippi Department of Agriculture and Commerce. In his role, Nick works closely with the Mississippi legislature and other agencies to protect and advance good agriculture policies throughout our state. Prior to joining Commissioner Gibson, Nick served as a policy advisor to former Speaker of the House Philip Gunn and the Mississippi House of Representatives, where he helped craft several key policies of legislation that have made Mississippi a better place to call home. A lifelong Mississippi resident, Nick was born and raised in the free state of Jones County until moving to Clinton to attend Mississippi College. Having graduated, Nick still resides in Clinton and is a member of Morrison Heights Baptist Church, where he serves as deacon in music ministries. Please welcome Mr. Nick Hall to the stage.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you all this afternoon. On behalf of Commissioner Andy Gibson and the entire Mississippi Department of Agriculture and Commerce, welcome to the 2024 FFA State Convention. Commissioner Gibson and many others say that this is one of the single most important events in all of Mississippi agriculture. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But first, I want to highlight four very interesting things, or perhaps things that I think are interesting, that are happening at the Mississippi Department of Ag. The first one is our wild hog control program. Ms. Peyton Pierce is running our booth, and she just took up here and explained that a little bit. But I know many of you out there probably have a little more experience with the wild hog program here. The wild hog problem that we have here in the state of Mississippi, and probably more so than you ever cared to have had. They, of course, cause millions of dollars in damage every year to our farmers and to our state, and we are looking to be a solution to that problem. Within our wild hog control program, we have our Youth Trapping Corps. Many of you out here are actually a part of our Youth Trapping Corps. We have 20 schools, 20 FFA chapters that are helping us be part of the solution, and we are looking for 4 more. So if you guys, if any of you or your ag teachers would like to come and join us at the Department of Ag and seek to be part of the solution, we would certainly invite you to come and visit us at the booth and get more information. Secondly is our Genuine Mississippi program. All things Genuine Mississippi are grown, crafted, raised right here in the state of Mississippi. It's all local things, from your local produce, your local products. You can identify things that are right here from Mississippi farmers, right here in the great state of Mississippi, if you just look for the logo. Genuine Mississippi logo. That's about as fresh as it can get, ladies and gentlemen, and we encourage you to buy local. Thirdly is everything that we went and did at the Mississippi State Capitol this past year. There's, of course, a lot to that topic, but the one that I would talk about here today is something that impacts all of us. It impacts every man, every woman, every child that we know. That is what is done with our ag land. The foreign ownership of our land, ladies and gentlemen, is a very important issue. There are other countries in the world that seek to come in and buy it from us, including some that we would consider adversaries like China and others who want to come in to the great state of Mississippi and they want to buy and control our ag land. We suggest that that is a bad idea, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope that you will join us on that cause as we continue to have that conversation. And lastly, of course, is the state fairgrounds. Everyone here knows about the state fairgrounds and the many events that happen every single year down there in Jackson, such as actually right now, as I'm sitting here talking, there's the All-American Youth Barrel Race where tens of thousands of dollars are being awarded this week to young people who come and engage in their passions. There's also the Dixie National Rodeo at the beginning of every year, February or so. That is the largest rodeo, ladies and gentlemen, east of the Mississippi River. It is a wonderful event, and we are very blessed to have it. Thirdly, this coming October, starting October the 3rd, is the 165th annual Mississippi State Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, that's almost as old as the great state of Mississippi itself, and we hope that you will come and join us for a great event there. Along with the State Fair and the Dixie National is also all of the livestock shows. Many of you here in this room like to show cattle, you like to show goats, and we hope that you will take that interest and that you will bring it to Jackson and have a good time with us at those 2 events. So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to come and participate in all of the things that we do, and we look forward now to all the things that this week will have. A moment ago, I talked about how there are many who believe that this convention is one of the most important things that happens in all of agriculture every year. The reason why I believe that is, ladies and gentlemen, is because everything that we do here, every conversation that we have, every bit of information that we consume, no matter what we do here this week, it's all pertaining to the future of agriculture. We are all gathered here because we have the same passions, we have the same dedication, and perhaps even the same interest in being part of the solution of agriculture. And yet we have a very unique issue in agriculture where the average age of the Mississippi State farmer is at retirement age. Well, there are very few people in this building right now who are at retirement age. FFA, of course, is comprised of young people. And, it is young people that we need to step up and answer the call to become our next generation of dairy farmers, to become our next generation of beef farmers and poultry farmers and row crop farmers and what have you. We also need young people to answer the call to step up and be the next class and generation of veterinarians, of horticulturalists, of agronomists, ag teachers, engineers, you name it. We need you, ladies and gentlemen, to step up and to do all of these things. I would suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, that there is no such thing as a wasted interest. If it is something, ladies and gentlemen, that you are very interested in doing, I would encourage you to speak to an ag teacher, speak to your ag teacher, speak to me, speak to some adult here that can perhaps guide you down the path of just finding out if that is perhaps the calling that you have on your life. And if it is, ladies and gentlemen, I would encourage you to pursue it because agriculture needs you. And agriculture needs you, ladies and gentlemen, because we need agriculture. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is a high pleasure, it is a distinct honor to be with you here this day. Once again, on behalf of Commissioner Andy Gibson and the entire Department of Ag, may God bless you, and we look forward to a good week. So thank you.
And before you leave, on behalf, on behalf of the Mississippi FFA Association and myself, we would like to present you with a token of our appreciation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The Lawrence County FFA chapter in Monticello, Mississippi is a fast-growing chapter. Throughout this year, they have placed in multiple contests, held many community service projects, and even volunteered at local events such as cattlemen's meetings and livestock shows. We encourage other FFA chapters to be involved with their local communities as well. Our Session 2 keynote speaker is none other than the National FFA Central Region Vice President, Canyon Huntington. Canyon is from Afton, Iowa, and is currently majoring in political science with a focus in sociology and environmental studies at Iowa State University. Serving as your National FFA Central Region Vice President this year, Canyon hopes to foster a sense of belonging as he creates an environment where all students have room to bloom. He has been looking forward to traveling to meet other FFA members and encouraging everyone to find their place in FFA. Please help me welcome to the stage National FFA Central Region Vice President Canyon Huntington.
Traveled to a lot of different places. Maybe that's been to Japan internationally, or maybe that's even been out to Hawaii for their state convention. And as I've been doing these travels, I've been met with a lot of surprises. And one, that's just the difference in the membership that we have here and within FFA. In some states, the membership might be over 20,000 or even more. In a few states like Hawaii, maybe it's just 300. But at the end of the day, we're all gathered to come together for agriculture and leadership. And each time I'm surprised by the experiences that our members have had and the passion that they have for agriculture. Often, it reminds me of one surprise that I had when I was about 16. You see, I had asked my mom my whole life for a little brother, but her answer was always, that's never gonna happen. Well, one day I had that opportunity when my family decided to adopt a little boy named Bentley. And on Bentley's first day in the house, I was like, okay, I'm about to be the best big brother there ever was. Well, Bentley was playing with his building blocks in the living room, and I decided I was gonna walk over there, and I got down right next to Bentley, and I said, hey, Bentley, do you mind if I play with your building blocks with you? And of course, I thought he was gonna say yes. I was about to be the best big brother there ever was. But then he said no. I just got rejected by a 3-year-old. A 3-year-old told me that I could not play with him and his building blocks. And at that point in time, I was feeling just a little bit discouraged. I thought maybe this little boy that we had just adopted and brought into our homes was never going to see me as a brother or a sibling because we weren't related through blood. But then I got to thinking about what I was thinking when I was 3 years old, and it reminded me of this phrase, stranger danger. How many of us have ever heard the phrase stranger danger before? Raise our hands. Quite a few of us, right? Maybe our parents told us stranger danger because we were that kid that walked anywhere and everywhere and talked to quite literally everyone. That was my little brother Bentley. Or maybe they just told us so we would stay away from those people they thought were a little weird. Well, stranger danger has honestly resonated with me a lot during my life because I hate meeting new people. When I have to meet new people, I always get really shy and I tell myself they aren't going to like me, they're going to think I'm weird. It's just not going to go over very well. And stranger danger pops up in my head and I stop myself from going out and meeting that new person or trying that new thing. And this honestly happened this year when a few of my teammates and I were getting ready to travel to North Carolina for this keynote training, so for this speech right here. I was with my teammates Emily and Carter, and we were getting ready to fly to Raleigh, North Carolina on Southwest. Now, for those of us that are not avid flyers on Southwest, there's no assigned seat. It's kind of like on your first day of class when you want to maybe sit in the back by your friends and cause some problems, or maybe you're that student that's the teacher's pet and you want to sit right up front. Well, on Southwest, you have to find your seat. And the three of us were trying to find a spot to sit all together. So we got on the plane, we looked to our left, we looked to our right, and all the seats were full. So we did what anyone would do, and we made the dreaded walk all the way back to the back of the plane, right by the bathrooms, which were a little stinky, if I do say so myself. And we found a row right back there, and we got sat down. And at that moment, the flight attendant came over the intercom. Welcome to Flight 1237. This will be a short flight to Raleigh. If you need anything, please let us know. At the time, I wasn't thinking about that flight attendant. I was just trying to get in my middle seat, right in between Carter and Emily, pop my AirPods in, and listen to my music, and probably take a nap. Because if there's one thing I love in life, it's sleeping on planes. And as I was getting to my middle seat, that flight attendant came to walk past us. And she said, "Oh, what are y'all doing?" And we were explaining to her how we were getting ready to travel to North Carolina. And that's when my teammate Carter decided to take it just a little bit deeper. He said, "I know your message was kind of for everyone that was on the plane, but thanks for making us feel right at home. We're a long ways from our family. We're getting ready to go do this intense training, and we needed a little bit of encouragement." And after that, the flight attendant named Alicia kept coming back and back and back to talk to us. You see, my teammate Carter is not afraid of any sort of stranger. He will talk to anyone and everyone, and he knows how to crack the best jokes to make them laugh. And that's what he did every time Alicia came back. And then we had a really weird conversation about the Missouri River because my teammate Emily is just a little geographically challenged, and she didn't think that it existed. Well, the last time Alicia came back, she left us with a few words. Carter cracked a joke, like he always does, and then she said, "You're my people." Think about that. This flight attendant that I had just met, my teammates and I had just met, she barely knew our names, she didn't know where we were from, and she really didn't need to care about us at all. She was just doing her job. But she said, "You're my people." And I know what you're thinking. You're my people, that might not mean a lot. But to me, that does. My people are important to me, and if I say someone is my person, that means they are a top-notch type of person. And in that moment, I was thinking, wow, all because Carter decided to stop and talk to this flight attendant and give her a little kind words about her message. And then I thought, Canyon, you're 21 years old and you can't talk to a flight attendant? But then I remembered stranger danger. I want us to take a second to close our eyes. With your eyes closed, I want you to think about the scariest monster that you can imagine. Something that really keeps you up at night in those nightmares, all right? Maybe it's super tall, maybe it's really big, has sharp fangs, sharp claws. Whatever is what might make you scared to death when you are getting ready to go to bed. Now open up your eyes. This is what I like to call our danger monster. And our danger monster sits right up here in our heads, and it tells us not to go do something. It tells us not to go meet those new people because they're going to think we're weird. We're going to fail at whatever we're trying. We simply just aren't good enough. Now, some of us, like me, have a lot of trouble with our danger monster, and it prevents us from stepping outside of our comfort zone or getting to meet new people. If you're my teammate Carter, maybe you have a pretty good hold on that danger monster and nobody scares you. But for a lot of us, that danger monster sits there and tells us no. But the thing is, my danger monster looks a little bit different from what y'all were imagining. My danger monster is kind of tall, pretty slender, wears this weird combination of a blue jacket and black pants, and has curly blonde hair. My danger monster is me. I'm the one that tells myself those people aren't going to like me. I'm the one that tells myself that I'm not going to be good enough if I want to go out there and try a new opportunity. I'm the one that prevents myself from stepping outside of my comfort zone and really achieving something. And we all have this danger monster that sits there and tells us no. But we have to figure out how we can put that danger monster aside and think friend instead of stranger. We're here gathered at this convention and we're meeting so many new people. So how can we put that fear aside and go and make a new friend? We're here for 3 days at convention, and think about how many new friends you could make. Because those friends might become some of your best friends or your people, and they'll help you step outside of your comfort zone. In fact, I met two of my best friends just this last year at a Texas Roadhouse, actually. So how many of us have ever been to Texas Roadhouse? Okay, I love Texas Roadhouse, all right? It is my favorite restaurant. So for those of us that haven't been, I'm so sorry about my voice right now. For those of us that haven't been, I really need to get the vibes set for this, all right? So I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, and I need y'all to give me your loudest and proudest Texas Roadhouse yeehaw. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah! That is my life. Every day I walk into the Texas Roadhouse to start my serving job. You see, I had just finished my state officer year. I was doing the college thing, and I needed to pay for my rent, my tuition, maybe get some groceries so I could eat. And I decided, what better place to work than a Texas Roadhouse? So I walked into the Texas Roadhouse in Ames, where I go to college, and I sat across from my manager in a booth. And he asked me, he said, "So what serving experience do you have?" And I responded very calm, cool, and collected in my seat. I said, "I've never worked a day in my life, so I have no serving experience." And then he said, "Okay, not a biggie. What's your favorite item on the menu?" Now, this question I was confident in. I knew exactly what I was going to say. An 11-ounce sirloin, cooked medium, fries loaded with bacon and cheddar cheese, side of ranch, and a house salad, no tomato, no crouton. Make sure you load that ranch on there because I'm an Iowan and I love my ranch. And don't forget the Coca-Cola. Within 7 minutes, I had that job, and a few weeks later, I was getting ready to head into my first day. And when I was getting ready to head in my first day, I was in my car, pulling up to a parking spot, and that danger monster that I mentioned popped back up in my head. And as I got to my parking spot, I thought, why am I walking into this restaurant right now? I've never served a day in my life. Heck, I barely had a job because I always did sports in school. Maybe these people aren't going to like me. I'm not really going to know anyone. What happens if I put an order in wrong? What happens if I spill drinks on somebody? Those last two things happened in my very first week. I was carrying a full tray of waters in my hand, and I spilled it right in a man's lap. And all of these emotions were welling inside of me, and I was afraid to go in, but I told myself, I already committed. I need to go. I'll try out this first week, and if it's not for me, it's not for me. But when I walked in, I was met with two smiling faces, my future best friends, Logan and Poppy. And when I walked in, I saw their smiling faces, and at first I thought, why are these two girls staring at me? That's kind of weird. I just want to get my apron on, clock in, get on the job. But they just wanted to make sure that I had a good first day. You see, their first day wasn't very good because they didn't have a support system around them. They didn't have someone there to cheer them on when they spilled that tray of drinks, when they put that order in wrong. But they had heard that I was getting ready to come in, and they wanted to make sure that the new guy had a good first day. Now, flash forward a few months, and I was with Logan and Poppy at Poppy's apartment. You see, we were getting ready to have a potluck-style dinner. Poppy made the hamburgers, Logan brought the desserts, and I, being the chef that I am, brought the Hawaiian rolls and the chips, because at the end of the day, I really cannot cook. And as we were gathered around the table eating, I asked a simple question. I said, What would have happened if we would have never started working at Texas Roadhouse together? And that's when my friend Logan said, well, I probably never would have met you or even would have known that you existed. Now let me take a step back for a second. Logan, Poppy, and I are some of the best friends. And when I say my best friends, I mean they are my people. They're the person that I call when I had a good day and I want to share some good news. They're the people that I want to call when I had a bad day and I just need to rant. They're there for me every time, whenever I want to FaceTime them. And they're always there to support me in everything and anything that I want to do. They love me for me. So take a second and think about those people for you. Maybe it's a best friend, maybe it's your parent, maybe it's even your ag teacher. Those people that are always there for you no matter what. My people had just told me that they would have never even known that I had existed. So I thought back to the experiences that led up to that. I had just finished state office. I wasn't elected as our state president. I was living my college life and I decided to pick up a job. All these experiences lined up in just the right way for me to be able to step outside of my circle and meet my two best friends. But I don't want y'all to be forced outside of your circles. I want you to be able to step outside of them with confidence. Because a lot of times in life, we get stuck in these circles. We want to surround ourselves with the people that we think we're most similar to or the people that we've always surrounded ourselves with. But we miss out on some really great friendships along the way. I was forced outside of my circle. I picked up a job, and I met my two best friends. So think about how you can challenge yourself to step outside of your circle and meet some new people. Maybe it's here at state convention, talking to that person that's sitting in the back of a workshop that you don't think you're going to get along with. Maybe it's talking to the rival on the sports team. Or maybe it's simply sitting by somebody new in class when we're in school. Think about how you can step outside of your circle. Because when you're able to step outside of your circle, you're able to create the best friendships, the best relationships that support you. Now, one of those relationships, ended up being my little brother Bentley. When I first finished that story, I talked about how he had kind of rejected me. He said I couldn't play with his building blocks. Well, a few months later, I was getting ready to head down to the elementary. I was actually getting ready to head down to his classroom because I was on the student council. And one thing my student council did every Friday was go down to the elementary and read to the students. And this was a really big day for me because I was getting ready to head down to Bentley's classroom, and I was a little nervous. That danger monster popped back up. It said, don't go down there. He's not going to act like you're even his brother. He's not going to want to see you. It's going to look so embarrassing in front of all of the students, the elementary students and your student council teammates. Maybe today you should just stick back at class. Well, I shared with some of my teammates how I was feeling, and they told me, no, it'll be okay. There's going to be a ton of other students in the room. You can just read to them. So I made the long walk down the hallway. I went to a really small school. We had 3 hallways, elementary, middle school, high school. I made the walk down the elementary hallway. I got right in front of the door, and I stopped, and I told myself, don't walk in. Well, thankfully, somebody was right behind me, and they gave me a little push. So I grabbed the door handle, I turned it, and I walked in. And when I walked in, everyone's heads turned, like they always do when anyone walks into a room. But something else really special to me happened in that moment. In that moment, Bentley was across the classroom. He got up from his seat, and with the brightest smile on his face, he said, that's my brother. That's my brother. 3 words I never thought I was ever going to hear. Because I never thought this little boy was ever going to see me as a brother. I never thought he was ever going to see me as family. But that's the thing. I gave him a little bit of room to bloom. I gave him a little bit of time to grow. And those are the relationships and friendships that we all have. We meet people in our lives that sometimes come in for a little bit or sometimes come for a long bit. But when we think about those relationships that are most important to us, we probably poured the most time into them. We probably gave them the most effort. So how can we do that nowadays? Today, we would rather scroll on our phones, look through social media, Instagram, and like a post than actually going out and talking to someone. So how can we put that phone away and go out and meet those new people and really pour into those relationships? Because the friendships that we have are a lot like a flower. They need water to grow and thrive. And that water is us going out, meeting those people, and really putting time into those relationships and putting effort in. And when we get to know those people, who knows? Maybe we'll meet our best friends. Maybe we'll find our little brother, that sibling that we always wanted. But we have to be willing to pour into those relationships. We have to forget the quick and easy and go for the tough times, the hard times, and put that effort in. So, when we think there's a stranger in our lives, how can we think about them as a friend? How can we get rid of that danger monster and think about how we can push forward, meet new people, try new opportunities? How can we focus on stepping outside of our circle in a world where we always want to be around those that are similar to us? But most importantly, when we find those people that are most important to us, how can we pour into those relationships? What can we do? Think about those people that you want to get to know, or think about those people that are important to you. How did you get to know them? That relationship probably didn't happen overnight. You probably poured into that relationship and got to know them. Whether that was a conversation about their favorite hobby, whether that was a conversation about their family, you have to be willing to get to know them. Step outside of your comfort zone and pour into that relationship. At the end of the day, and can be summed up in just a few words. Mississippi FFA, all you have to do is just reach out. Thank you.
On behalf of Mississippi FFA and myself, we want to thank you for your hard work and dedication to this organization. Please accept this as our token of our appreciation.
At this time, we will be presenting a few of our state FFA contest awards. This spring, FFA members from across the state competed in the state finals for prepared public speaking, opening and closing, equipment and tool identification, conduct of chapter meetings, parliamentary procedure, land judging, and livestock evaluation. In alphabetical order, we will call the names of the top 3 teams or individuals to the stage. Then we will present their placings.
In the Junior Prepared Public Speaking event, we have members from the Bogachita, Puckett, and Stringer FFA chapters. In third place, Sutton Farrell from Puckett. In second place, Angelina Iserman from Bogachita. And in first place, Lily O'Quinn from Stringer.
In the Senior Prepared Public Speaking event, our top 3 individuals are from the Newton County, Strayhorn, and West Jones FFA chapters. In third place, Laura Lee Eady from Newton County. In second place, Hope White from West Jones. And in first place, the individual that will be representing Mississippi at the National FFA Convention in October is Mafidi Ba from Strayhorn.
In the junior opening and closing event, our top 3 teams are from the Hamilton, Manatachee, and Northeast Jones FFA chapters. In third place, Northeast Jones. In second place, Mantachi. And in first place, Hamilton.
In the senior opening and closing event, our top 3 teams are from the Mantachi, Neshoba Central, and Pine Grove FFA chapters. In third place, Neshoba Central. In second place, Pine Grove. And in first place, Mantachi.
In the junior equipment and tool identification event, we have teams from the Hamilton, Houston, and Nanawoya FFA chapters. In third place, Houston. In second place, Hamilton. And in first place, Nanawoya.
In the senior equipment and tool identification event, we have the teams from the George County, Pontotoc Ridge Career and Technical Center, and Starkville Millsaps FFA chapters. In third place, Starkville Millsaps. In second place, George County. And in first place, Pontotoc Ridge Career and Technical Center. In conduct of chapter meetings, we have teams from the Houston, Manatee, and Smithville FFA chapters. In third place, Smithville. In second place, Houston. And in first place, the team that will be representing Mississippi at the National FFA Convention in October is the Manatee FFA chapter.
In the junior parliamentary procedure, we have the teams from the Hamilton, Manatee, and Stringer FFA chapters. In third place, Manatee. In second place, Stringer. And in first place, Hamilton.
In senior parliamentary procedure, we have the teams from the Manatee, Northeast Jones, and Smithville FFA chapters. In third place, Smithville. In second place, Northeast Jones. And in first place, the team that will be representing Mississippi at the National FFA Convention in October is the Manatee FFA chapter.
In junior land judging, we have members from the Houston and Manatee FFA chapters. In second place, Houston. And in first place, Manatachee.
In senior land judging, we have members from the Manatachee, Pontotoc Ridge and Career and Technical Center, and Purvis FFA chapters. In third place, Pontotoc Ridge Career and Technical Center. In second place, Manatachee. And in first place, Purvis.
In junior livestock evaluation, we have members from the Kossuth, Newton County, and Raleigh FFA chapters. In third place, Kossuth. In second place, Newton County. And in first place, Raleigh.
In senior livestock evaluation, we have members from the Raleigh, South Panola, and West Jones FFA chapters. In third place, Raleigh. In second place, South Panola. In first place, the team that will be representing Mississippi at the National FFA Convention in October is the West Jones FFA chapter. Congratulations again to all of our state contest winners. We wish you the best of luck in Indianapolis in October.
The Lloyd Star FFA chapter in Brookhaven, Mississippi provides an Ag Explorer program for students in elementary through 6th grade that provides information and activities that introduce them to many different areas within agriculture and FFA.
Please welcome to the stage the state-winning National Creed speaker Joshua Taylor from the Wheeler FFA chapter to present the FFA Creed.
The FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists, in the promise of better days through better ways. Even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging. For I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturalists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself, in less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you.
This year in October. Now we can go.
Please help me welcome to the stage Nick Coker and Ella Mills for a special introduction.
Drew, when I first met you, I had no clue how much our friendship would impact me. From my first SLC, where I sat at your table for lunch and forced you into a conversation, I was only a JSO then. That whole week, you reminded me to just live in the moment and to worry less about messing up. From then on, I was blessed with one of the best friends ever. No matter the time or day or what you had going on, you always were there for me. Over these past 4 years, I've watched you grow and become such an inspiring role model. You have come so far and achieved so many goals. I can't wait to see what else you will accomplish. Watching you step out of your comfort zone and become a great leader as a state officer has been so inspiring. You have left your own mark on most members here and Mississippi FFA. No matter what, you went out of your way to make everyone feel welcome. I'm so thankful God blessed me with our friendship. You've become like the big brother I never had. From advice to playing pranks, we've always been there for one another. Thank you for the role you have played in my life and being one of the best friends I've ever had.
Thomas Andrew Stevens, you have been nothing but a great friend to me. You are the kind of person who lights up a room when you walk in. Not only have you been a role model in FFA, but also in my life. Right after... Drew, you were one of the nicest people I know right after the old ladies in church. You always strive to find the good in people and make them feel involved. You always treat everyone equally and are a friend to everyone. From our hunting trips to the pep talks before competitions, you always find the right words to say in times of need. Through the heartaches and moments of true happiness, you were always there to support anyone and everyone. It is truly an honor to have someone like you lead us in this organization.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you.
As a kid growing up, I always loved watching superhero movies. And I always wanted to be the hero and save the day. Now, these heroes always started out as a normal, everyday person, and somehow they became a superhero. The thing about heroes is that they come in all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds and can do almost anything I could have imagined as a kid. They had powers such as super strength or the ability to fly. But did you know we have superheroes in real life? It's true. Everyone in this room can be a hero to someone today. Sure, we don't have super abilities, but we still have unique abilities to us that can still make a difference in someone's day. You may not even realize you have a power. One of my favorite quotes is by Arthur Ashe, which says, "True heroism is remarkably sober. It is very undramatic. It's not the urge to surpass all others at whatever cost, but it's the urge to serve all others at whatever cost." So you don't have to be in the spotlight to make a difference in someone's life. It's the little things, such as checking up on someone, giving compliments, or even grabbing lunch with somebody that makes the biggest difference. These actions are so natural, you overlook the fact you're even making a difference in someone's life. Every one of y'all has an ability, whether it's being funny, being nice, or even being genuine when someone needs it. I've been around members, advisors, parents, and even alumni that have used their power to make a positive difference in my life and others around me. Use that power of yours to make someone's day better today. I've met so many incredible individuals from across the state and country that have used their power to make my experience as a state officer the greatest it could possibly be. Anything from writing happy grams to me, to catching up at competition, or even inviting me to your chapter to teach a workshop. You have all been a hero to me. One of the best examples of this is when I had the opportunity to be a visiting state officer at Tennessee's state convention. The first night I was there, I was invited out to eat by the Davy Crockett FFA chapter. This chapter welcomed me in like I was a part of their family, between advisors claiming us as the honorary kids to members trying to pay for our food. Their kindness showed all week and reminded me a lot of home. While attending the Gulf South Federation here in Mississippi, I met some wonderful members from the Stone County FFA chapter. This chapter welcomed me in, and soon after at the South District contest, these same members made it a point to come find me and welcome me into their group. And I even had the opportunity to be a keynote speaker at their local banquet this May. Both these groups remind me that no matter where I go, as a state officer or outside this jacket, I will always have a family that wears this blue corduroy. One thing that comes with every superhero, whether it's Captain America or even Superman, is a legacy. See, I didn't know anything about a legacy until a coach of mine, Coach Bass, spoke about it one day after practice. He said, "Everyone is going to have a legacy. It is your job to determine what kind you're going to have." Now, you may be asking yourself, what in the world is a legacy? Well, a legacy is what you're going to be remembered for. See, as a freshman back then, I wasn't worried about what I was going to be remembered for. But when senior year rolled around, I soon realized how important a legacy truly was. Members, you have so many younger generations looking up to you for advice and support. Don't wait till your senior year to figure out what kind of legacy you're going to leave. Look up to advisors, mentors, and parents for advice. Seek out wisdom that aligns with the legacy you want to leave. Imagine your legacy as a school yearbook. When someone flips to your page and sees your picture, what are they going to remember about you? Did you try in everything you did? What about your work ethic? These are the questions that are going to be mainly remembered about you. It is completely up to you how these questions are answered. So, now I challenge you to recognize your superpowers. What are your strengths? Are you the hype man or the chill one? Will you inspire others? Will you use your abilities for good? Be true to yourself, be the hero I know you can be, and leave the legacy I know you can. So members and guests, how will you be the hero today?
Give more than you take, but more than anything. Yeah, more than anything. I wish for you that this life becomes all that you want until your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too.
Is there a motion to accept the retiring address of Drew Stevens?
Madam Chairman,
The chair recognizes Jazabrian Span from the Brandon FFA chapter.
I move to accept the motion of your 2022, 2023, 2024 State Reporter, Drew Stevens.
Is there a second?
Madam Chairman,
The chair recognizes Lyndon Cooley from the Newton County FFA chapter.
I second the motion to accept the retirement address of the 2023-2024 State Reporter, Drew Stevens.
All those in favor of accepting the retiring address of your 2023-2024 State Reporter, Drew Stevens, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion passes. Drew, thank you so much for always being the shoulder to lean on. Even if you always hated on our music and told us to wake up too early, throughout the year, you have been the one person any of us could turn to no matter what. You are the kindest, most big-hearted person I have ever met. Thank you for giving us the love and support we needed to make it through this year in one piece. Please don't ever stop putting out all of the good and shining your light in the world. We love you, Drew. Love, Ashton, Josie, Connor, Brody, and Shannon. Mississippi FFA, for the final time, your 2023-2024 State Reporter, Drew Stevens.
Mom, thank you for everything you have done for me. Between taking me to events and always encouraging me, you have always supported me no matter what I was doing and pushed me to be the best person I could be. Dad, thank you for always being there for me. You have helped me to get to where I am today and have taught me so many life lessons. I can't thank y'all enough for always being there for me, and I just hope I've made both of y'all proud.
FFA, my parents, Marty and Rebecca Stevens. Thank y'all.
Mr. Carroll, you have always been there since I started my FFA career, between singing a hole in the bottom of the sea for what seemed like hours, to introducing me at my Eagle Scout ceremony. You have supported and encouraged me through everything. I know I can always go to you for advice in anything that life throws my way. Thank you for giving me support and wisdom when I needed it. Mr. Breland, you have given me so many memorable moments between our trips to nationals and you fussing about the murder of your precious crepe myrtles. You have always believed in me and encouraged me to pursue anything in life. Thank you for always believing in me. Mr. Hall, I can't thank you enough for all the advice and great memories you have given me, even if they involved your horrible rendition of Rhinestone Cowboy. Between the long morning drive to the late nights after practice talking, you've always been there. Thank you for always being in my corner. I wouldn't have made it without all three of you, and I hope I made y'all proud.
Mississippi FFA, my advisors, Mr. Tyler Carroll, Mr. Matthew Breland, and Mr. Thomas Hall. Thank you.
Becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I do, Madam President. The Mississippi Association of Agricultural Educators Dinner and Dance will begin at 6:30 p.m. in the Bost Extension Center auditorium. Tickets are required. The alumni auction will begin at 6:30 p.m. in the Bost Extension Center Theater. Session 3 pre-session begins at 8 a.m. tomorrow. We cannot wait to see you all there.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this, the second general session of the 91st Mississippi FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.